What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 The Old Gods as Karen. So I want to take this episode to kind of explain a few things and then take a look around the world and kind of see what the status is inside of other areas that we haven't been able to see. So let's go ahead and start off with that. So first, we've been able to see that the Savarid are expanding, but I want to point out that originally they start off as a very small territory, just kind of here on the eastern border, but they have been able to expand substantially. Abbasid has become huge, taking large tracts of land. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an empire forming from them quickly. Oh yeah, they even have more land than just the Arabian Empire. So they're doing very, very well. Oh man, they're doing great. We have Abyssinia, which is actually still around, which is interesting. Because usually the Miaphysites go out pretty quickly inside of the 1066 start. I haven't been able to notice well enough what's going to happen here, but they kind of have a rough start as well because they're surrounded by Islamic Muslim states, but they are a Christian subsect, so I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see that disappear, even though they're doing alright at the moment. The Islamic states around here looking pretty similar to where we started off the game. Up here, Umayyad, or Umayyad, however you say that, is about the same size as previously, but it's starting to fracture a little bit, which is what I was expecting. Whenever you get to the 1066 start, this area of the world is definitely fractured and divided up into a whole lot of small Islamic states. It looks like we have the Christian nation to the top has gone by a new name now. They're called Galatia. This is about the same size, but we have some changes over here. Barcelona, I believe, is going to be Barcelona is a Christian nation, so they've already been able to form. And we have Lotharinga. I'm saying that wrong. I don't know why, but Lotharinga is doing really, really well. They've got huge tracts of land, and they're even going down inside of Italy. There's nothing much going on inside of the Holy Roman Empire lands aside from Lotharinga just being very strong. Over here, though, we don't have much. France is actually starting to form behind West Francia. It looks like East Francia is not doing too well, and we have. It looks like we're still pretty divided over here. The what are they called? Subdrajar. The Vikings over here are doing pretty well. They've been able to take out this middle territory, and it looks like their invasion is either underway. No, their invasion stopped, so they were able to conquer this land, conquer this, but there's also some Vikings right here, I believe, with Jorvik, right? Norse pagans. But Wessex and Mercia are kind of on the out and out. Scotland's still around, so basically they were able to invade, but they weren't able to get everything. And usually England is very resilient and kind of hard to keep control over. We still have a divided Ireland, and I bet that will continue for a while. Most of these areas have Gallican succession. This one has primogeniture. Interesting. They used to have Gallican for the most part inside of the 1066 start. So maybe they're doing that for new balancing purposes. So if they have primogeniture, then we'll be able to see a more unified Ireland at some points. What's interesting to me, though, about the map is what's happening in Scandinavia. So Sweden has definitely swept along the coast right here, and Osterlet has taken large tracts of land as well. Denmark's doing has taken over this small area, but they haven't been able to expand much beyond it from what I can see. We're over here, but they're nothing compared to Sweden or Osterlet. So I bet we'll end up seeing a war between these two individuals. Let's kind of check and see how they feel about each other, though. Even if they do feel good, they might end up warring. So they're fairly neutral. There's no wars that are taking place between these areas at the moment. But I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up seeing a war at some point. Whenever you have these large tracts of land and Nordic pagans, they're going to want to fight off against each other. Another thing that's kind of interesting is if we go over here, there's usually a fairly large pagan Nordic province over here, but it's just been swallowed up. Humania has gotten pretty big. Perm has gotten pretty big, and we'll probably end up going to war with Humania or Perm pretty soon. The Byzantine Empire is currently at peace with a lot of people that it had been fighting against. It looks like they were able to maintain control right here, where whenever they start the game, they're actually at war for this area. So they're doing well. What's different though is that the Magyars are dividing up. I think that overall the world's kind of shaping up to be something pretty interesting, kind of exciting for us. We over here are playing as Karen, and Karen usually is not even near this big. Usually they're swallowed up pretty quickly. Like I said inside of my intro video, Karen is usually just absolutely destroyed really quickly. I was looking on the forums, and people were talking about how they don't know how to survive this long, how things are going crazy, and they just keep getting destroyed. And we, however, have been able to do fairly well. We're still expanding. We are in no way out of the woods yet. There's still some very dangerous things going on. We have the Savarides, which have just a very large force behind them. They've got 16,317. And over here, we have 59,000 compared to an army that we don't have nearly that much compared to Abbasid. So in the last video, I went ahead and did something, or after the last video, because I thought it would be boring for y'all, and I haven't yet posted any of these videos, so I haven't gotten y'all's feedback on if y'all like this or not. Be sure to comment, and I'll be definitely willing to adjust what I do. But what I went ahead and did was I revoked everyone's land again, and then I banished them. And you might have been able to tell that earlier by the size of my demesne and by how much gold I have. So I want to go ahead and explain though why I did that, and then kind of a form of hidden currency that you have inside of the game that most people don't realize that can really benefit you in expanding and making a large empire. Now, it takes some time to do all this, but it can definitely help. And one thing that's important is to realize is whenever I did this, my leader is very old. And the reason I did that is because whenever your leader is this old, everyone is going to hate you. But I'm probably fixing to die off, and then my heir is going to inherit everything, and it won't matter that I have negative 2,300 tyranny. So whenever she inherits this land, she won't have those negative bonuses for tyranny, but she'll have all this gold to be able to work with, and then I'm actually hoping to kind of hold on to the land for a little bit. I think I'll need to look through that, but I think I'm going to hold on to the land for a little bit with her and hope that she dies, and then I'll have her give the titles to individuals, because I'm going to have a lot of negative bonuses for being a new leader, for being a female leader, but if I can have her give out the titles to other individuals, they'll like me more, which will give me positive bonuses, which can kind of counteract that. So we're doing a lot of intricate things that are almost games within games, trying to make sure that we're able to prosper. Now, another thing about doing this at the end of your life is you need lots and lots of piety to be able to do this. So I spent probably 500 piety just revoking people's, or imprisoning people and then banishing them. Because every time you imprison someone, it's going to take 10 piety, and then every time you banish someone, it's going to take another 10 piety. So that can definitely add up. But, I mean, the benefits are very nice. We have a negative monthly balance right now, and that's just because of the areas that I'm controlling. I'm over a bunch of places that makes it to where taxation is a little bit less than optimal. But we're still just having a huge amount of money. We've got lots of land, and we're going to be able to get vassals who actually like us. This will be useful because I'm wanting to build up some buildings and infrastructure inside of Karen, but also we're planning on running a large mercenary army, and I could definitely go and attack Humania and take some land from them, and I might even be willing to attack the Savaride. I'm probably going to let them divide up though, maybe fragment a little bit before I go and invade. I might go have my Spy Master go down here, or what do they call them? Yeah, Spy Master. Go to the south and try to divide up these lands, and then hopefully if there's a rebellion, then I'll quickly go take out that area. And in the meantime, I could be attacking Cumania, and then potentially going up and attacking Perm as well. One advantage to that is whenever you look at the Religions tab, we're able to see that this is all the Tongri faith up here. So if I attack, let's see, what's the quick button there? There isn't one. But if I attack Cumania, then I might get a few other areas to invade, but they're kind of divided, not very strong. And so I'm not really as worried about their helping out. But if I come down here and I attack the Savaride, then that could get very dangerous very quickly because we have all of these Sunnis who could also go and try to help them out. So whenever I do go to war with an Islamic nation, I want to win just quick. I want it to, okay, I declare war, it is over. Like, I'm sending huge forces, I'm sieging down your provinces, and it's done. Basically, I have enough money that I can just sacrifice mercenaries and just say, mercenaries go, I don't care if you die, we're going to siege down fortresses. So, I hope that was interesting for you to go and kind of get to see the world map a little bit more, to go and be able to kind of understand a little bit more about the strategy that I'm doing and how it could benefit you inside of your games. Please, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know ways that I could improve it if you wanted to see those kind of slower events, or if you are happy that I kind of took away a little bit of the more boring parts, but still let you know what I was doing. Thanks again for watching, guys. Next time, whenever we pick it up, we'll have something more excitement for y'all. Thanks again.